Hey guys, just a quick video. I'm posting this pretty soon after I have recorded it. My usual custom is about a day or two, sometimes three if things get busy or more. Um, Normally I do a delay like that just to give me some margin to add good comments. Well, this one doesn't really need a write-up because it's not a real shave. This is just kind of what some guys do as a mail call. And I'm not gonna go through a bunch of items. I'm just gonna briefly show some things that I've gotten recently that are new to me. I'm really looking forward to using them on my channel soon. Right now you can see I've got 3 days of growth on, which just never happens. So things have been crazy. I've been doing that thing where I wait and shave after I've done a bunch of stuff late at night, and then I get too tired to shave. So we need to reverse that trend, right? All right, so here are some things that are going to be upcoming. I think I've got probably 2 more shaving videos after this one that have already been recorded. And so those are not going to, those have already happened. And so those will happen after you see this video potentially. And then we'll start. Because if you want to comment and let me know what you would like to see first, what really interests you, and if there's a consensus or some type of majority or something, then I'll be glad to use that stuff first, or something to that effect. Give it some priority. Well, let's start with the software. I got some soaps in. I bought a couple that were lots, and so there are 3 or 4 tubs that are duplicates, something I already have. And so I'm not going to show those to you. And this represents about 5 different things I've purchased over the last month or two. We've got Oleo's Sandalumo. I've always been wanting to try that one. I'm such a big fan of sandalwood scents. My first impression with it from the dry tub, it's pretty low strength, kind of like a lot of Oleo soaps. It's not jumping out at me with a whole lot of sandalwood, so we'll give it a try anyway. Performance with that base is always great. Storybook Soapworks Carnival. This is one of the last ones that they put together, and when they had yet not closed their doors, I did not want to order the Carnival because there was some kind of mention in there, some note that I wasn't a big fan of. But after they closed the doors, I thought, you know what, I kind of wish I'd grabbed that. And so when this lot came up with this in it, it added to the fuel to make me go ahead and pull the trigger. There is a fruity, cloyingly kind of sweet note in there that I have smelled in a few other places. But then it's got some other cool spices and stuff. So I'm really curious to see how that one works up when it's wet. The AP Reserve, Australian Private Reserve, I've got 1 or 2 scents from them, and I've tried a couple more, and many times they're just wonderful, wonderful scents. I have smelled this one earlier tonight. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to that one. I can't really pinpoint much. It smelled differently when I first smelled it. I think because, when I smell those other soaps and then smell that one, there's a cumulative buildup, and you perceive things differently. So in a way, smelling a bunch of things all at once is probably not a good idea. And then I have this Esberg, ESBERG, and then there's a J or some, yes, that's a J in between it. I don't know what that means. This is, it says Vienna, and of course the scent is verbena, and I can smell that. It's one of those tall jars like you get with Art of Shaving. It's almost like ivory soap, and add a little bit of a verbena scent to it. I have no idea. I don't know about this brand. I don't know if it is regarded as a quality cream or an inexpensive one, but we'll just evaluate it. Bring it to you guys and see what we get. And then let's see. We'll transition into the hardware with a set that I got. This is a on wet shaving, the subreddit on Reddit, the wet shaving subreddit. I'm a part of that. And we recently hit the 50,000 member mark, which is just amazing. And you had to sign up. They created a PIF, pay it forward, something where you give, and you had to have. They wanted to just kind of celebrate the people who'd been with the group the longest, or just worked really hard to contribute to the group. And one of the easiest ways to do that on Reddit is the thumbs up thing. So the people who'd received a lot of upvotes, and also you get those points when you post, things like that. And so they made that a pretty high threshold. And so if you just joined or something, you weren't going to meet the karma quota. They call it karma over on Reddit. And so I met it. I'm pretty active over there. And basically, a whole bunch of other people joined in and said, I'm gonna, not me, I didn't, at the time I was too busy to contribute, but other guys did something even better than me, and said, hey, I'm gonna contribute something to the PIF. And so what we'll do is, everybody's gonna pledge things that they're going to contribute, maybe a soap set or a fragrance or a Maggers gift card, or who knows. Had to be decent quality stuff, no used stuff where 50% of it's gone or something like that. And I didn't have any time to put that together and figure out what I might send in, and so I didn't. But I went ahead and signed up for the PIF because I thought that's really cool, and I won. I won the set. Right here, Aftershave Splash and soap, Hub City Soap Company, and it's the Pages scent. And I read up on it, the description before this arrived, and it looked really, really cool. I have smelled the soap, and let's see if I get anything different now. Oh man, I really do. You do get kind of a dusty document kind of scent with this. We'll smell the aftershave a little bit later, but Hub City is a Texas company, and he's kind of new, several months into the game, and so we'll try that out. Let's see, and then we'll go into the hardware. I got a declaration brush. I'll give you a little peek. There you go. That's all you're getting. I hate it when people do that. I don't want to do that. This is the handle. And if you've never gotten a declaration brush package before, this is what it comes in. It's got this cool little viewport. It's got declaration grooming label on one side. And then it's a sleeve that goes over this box. He's got this cool, declaration obviously is a distinctly American idea with the Declaration of Independence. And so I love it when I'm surprised by the packaging here. And then this is a brush that I traded. If you know my 28 millimeter B9A, I traded it for this brush and some cash. This is a B9A, but it's a 24 millimeter, and it's got this really neat handle. It's got some translucency to it. Orange is one of my least favorite colors, and yellow is maybe my other least favorite, and this is a combination of both of them. But to be honest, the swirls, the kind of incandescence, the way the pour was done is just gorgeous, and so it makes me never mind that, right? Bristle Brush Works is the handle maker, and so I am curious if this is going to give me a different experience. I do have, that I've been using several times now, this 24 millimeter, and this is a TDR brush handle, and this is the B9A, and it is too stiff for me. And so I kind of don't have as much hope since I was able to get this one. However, let's take a quick look. Oh, uh-oh. It looks like this guy has more loft. That means he's going to have a little bit less backbone in general. Now, if this hole size might be 25 millimeter or maybe even 26 millimeter, even though it was classified as a 24 millimeter, then things could be different. If this is a 24 or a 23 hole right there, then this could be a different brush. So be interesting to compare them, right? So this is what a newer Declaration brush looks like when you get it. This one has been used by the previous owner. And this one has been used by me several times, and I also soaked it for a long time yesterday, and then I let it sit out after I kind of toweled it off. I'm going to put it back soaking now so it can be ready for my shave tonight, because I really want to see if a long soak will make this brush change at all. All right, back to the new stuff. All right, so this is a B9A from Declaration Grooming and other hardware. Got a couple of single edge razors here. I believe this is a, it says Gibbs Razor. I knew it was a Gibbs, but I was just making sure it didn't say like Micromatic or something like that. This, I believe, is called a featherweight, a Gibbs featherweight. And so you slap the single edge blade on there. It's got a spring clip here and it holds it down. It's a solid bar. And then we have this. Now, this looks like the Micromatic open comb that I have used before. And the first use of it treated me okay. I think maybe I had better technique then. But subsequent uses after that really roughed me up. I think I forgot that I'm supposed to keep the flatness here pretty much on my skin. I think I forgot that. However, it's been told to me that that is just about the most aggressive of the single-edged razors. And one like this, which looks to the naked, untrained eye very similar to the Micromatic open comb, and it is a Gibbs as well. Yeah, Gibbs Micromatic. This is, it says the clog proof. And this is a solid bar. The open comb has teeth here. This kind of looks like it has teeth, but that's just kind of graduations, indentations in the bar. So this has been told to me. HD Shaves has a YouTube channel, and he is much more experienced at the single edges than I am. And when I used my Gibbs Contour a month or 3 ago, he said, wow, that's not a great one to use. And he gave me a little bit of advice. And so when this came available online for sale in the used arena, I went ahead and snatched it up. And this one doesn't have the snap. This has a twist right here. You lay your blade in there and then you clamp it shut. 2 more pieces of hardware. This is the Fatip Lo Storto. It is a slant razor. Take the little sleeve off. I'm a big fan of Fatips if you've seen much of my channel. And here we go. This has the Grande handle with some modifications to it. It's hollow like the Grande. It has the same knob down here as the Grande, but then it's got these curves here instead of the straight vertical fluting of the Grande handle. And this will be made out of brass, and it's either chrome or nickel plated. And so it's a lifetime razor. And this one is a slant. You see how it is dipping down, and if I turn, you can see how it's all tilted and stuff. So it torsions the blade, twists it, and that twisting gives the blade more structure. And so you're going to get more rigidity with that kind of thing. And then often with that rigidity, that gives, they work with the exposure of the blade to then give you maybe a little bit more aggression. I tried technically my second slant razor was the Maggard Razors V3, or the Maggard Razors Slant. And I think it was the V3 Slant, but I'm not sure about that. And when I shaved with it, it was so crazy because I was not feeling it very much. I wasn't feeling there was no chatter because of that torsion, because of that twisting. The blade was just locked down. But what I did feel was all the curviness of the metal. I felt like I was sliding a big chunk of metal across my face, like a flat, rounded chunk with a big contact patch. And then at the end of the shave, I was just cut amazingly efficiently. And I was just struck and speechless in a sense about how well it did and how it felt. Now, I prefer a different feel, and so I haven't really gone back and used that more. I don't like all that metal. I don't like feeling like a big flat piece of metal is on my skin. And so I don't think that's why I think that's why I haven't returned to it. But that has made me think that I need to investigate the curves and the different slants that are out there. Maybe not all of them, definitely not all of them, but maybe a few. And I've got the Maggards, and since the Fatip is one of my favorite razor brands in terms of the best bang for your buck, smoothness, that sort of thing, I thought the Fatip slant was a good way to go. So when it came up on the used market, I jumped on it as well. And then the last item is, and I'll recap all these items right quick so that you can vote. So if you want to open up the comment area underneath the video or get out a piece of paper, this is a little red box. It says right here, made in France. If you've watched my channel very much, or if you've been a fanatic about watching my channel, then you might remember the Gibbs Razors that I have really enjoyed. This is a Gibbs razor in a case. Bought this used as well, of course, because it's vintage, so it's not going to be new. I guess it could be new out of the box. And this is one, it's really pretty cool. I've been looking forward to using this head for a very long time. This has a Bakelite handle, and I don't know if it has any blades in it. I probably won't use them if it has any blades in it. But here, look at the Cinq Yames. Trying to remember my high school French, which means 5 blades. I'm pretty certain. It's got one in there. I'll leave it in there. Very cool. The reason I like the Gibbs is because they have an adjustable, number 17 or 15, I can't quite remember. Number 17, I think. And boy, it shaved me so smoothly, just wonderfully smoothly, comfortably. So nice at the mild end of the spectrum for that razor that I just fell in love with it. And so if you look on eBay, then you see there are also other Gibbs razors out there, different models. Well, the Bakelite handle just screws into the bottom. And this bottom looks just like the adjustable bottom. And this is the razor that the Rex Ambassador was patterned after. Similar look when you look at it from the side. And similar safety bars and all that, except for the Ambassador, of course, they made it so you could use normal double-edged blades. These, you have to use the Gibbs blades because there's a notch that has to be cut out of either end for this. The post here looks like one of these posts is broken off. And they did that so that you'd have to use a proprietary blade, and also it helps with alignment. And I'm really curious how this is going to shave it. If it's not an adjustable, often I've seen this arrangement here: plus on one side, minus on the other side. So mild on this side, more or less mild over here, or is it aggressive here and then slightly less aggressive over here? We'll see. We'll see how it lands. And if it's too aggressive for me, I might have to sell it. But I'm really looking forward to trying this out. And since I don't have a plethora of vintage Gibbs blades, I take a 1/8 inch hole punch and I just punch out the edge of a normal DE blade, and the blade fits right in this razor, in any of the Gibbs razors. So no problem there. And so I guess what they did was, oh look, the cap. It looks like, what is one of them bend? Oh yeah, this end is a lot thicker. This side's a lot thicker over here. Yep. And then that is the minus side. So therefore the base plate looks even, and it is even, it looks like. It's that the thickness of the cap here looks like it bends the blade down a little bit more to make it less exposure. Well, potentially less should be less exposure and less aggressive. And here, on the top cap here, it's thinner. This is like a thicker edge. This is a thinner edge. And so the thinner one is the plus, so that it lets the blade up just a little bit more. I was wondering how they did that. So I've seen a lot of this razor online, on eBay and things like that, over the years since I first started hearing about Gibbs. And I've always been curious about the ones that say plus and minus. And I'm guessing the minus is going to be more my cup of tea. But where does that minus? It's all relative, right? Is that still too aggressive for me? Or is it really mild? And then the plus is a nice medium range. Who knows? We'll find out. All right. That, my friends, is it for the recent stuff. So let's do the quick recap so you can make your notes. So we'll go in backwards order-ish. Start with the hardware. We have the Gibbs Razor. We have the Fatip Slant. We have the featherweight gem razor. And this is featherweight because this part's plastic. This guy is probably mostly brass. This is the clog proof, gem clog proof. Then we have the Hub City Pages set. I'll be using that pretty soon in the lineup, unless you guys just jump out and are just really adamant about something. We have the Esberg cream. We have the Oleo Sandalumo. We have the APR Ozymandias. We have the Storybook Carnival. And I definitely will be bringing this pretty soon. The B9A with the Bristle Brushworks handle, 24 millimeter orange. I believe that's it for the new stuff. I am a blessed man, and I appreciate those blessings. So let me know in the comments if you have something you're interested in seeing a little quicker, and if there's a consensus, I'll try to make that happen sooner than later. All right, guys, you take care. I'm going to put my brush. I'm not going to give this only one more try, but one more thing I want to try on this is a long soak before I use it, like 1 or 2 hours, to see if that changes anything. So I'm going to put that in water, and then I'm going to do a shave with it.